Welcome to the final round clash of the Tata Steel Chess India Rapid 2022. It's Arjun Erigaisi versus Nihal Sarin. The game opens with 1 e4, e5. Nihal going super solid. He's already won the tournament with one round to spare, but he would like to end this event with a good performance. And so he goes for the very solid setup. Arjun, meanwhile, looking confident with the white pieces. Both players blitzing out their moves. Look at the clock. It is 15 minutes plus 10 seconds increment, and both players are close to 16 minutes on the clock. A5 played by Nihal, and Arjun thinks a bit, goes knight bd2. A knight comes to b6. Notice that the bishop is hanging, and if it moves back, the d3 pawn is under pressure. So bishop b5 played, and Nihal defends his e5 pawn. Arjun puts more pressure on it. Nihal pins the knight on f3. All very well known stuff. Knight e4. Knight a7. Nihal is well prepared. You can see from his moves and the clock on the time. The time on the clock that he knows what he's doing. Bishop h5, and now d4 played. First Nihal chops the bishop. A takes b5. E takes d4, and now Arjun first takes on d6, queen d6, and now takes on d4. The queens are exchanged and the knight jumps in to d4. This has been seen in 7 to 8 games before, has also been played in some top level games like Vidit versus Hari Krishna at the Prague Masters. A4, look at Nihal playing his moves, but he's down to 12 minutes. Meanwhile, Arjun on 17, still in his preparation. Knight to c4 played, attacking the b2 pawn, but pawn is taken on c7. Now knight b2 can be played, but bishop f4 is very strong. So Nihal finds a very accurate sequence of moves. Rook e1, rook e8. That's amazing. That's very accurate. Takes, and now rook c1, keeping the rook. Nihal down to 2 minutes on the clock, takes on c4. Arjun still in his preparation, pushes his pawn to c4. Wow, what a brilliant amount of prep there. And again sacrifices his piece. Nihal is stunned. He takes the knight with 1 minute 20 seconds, pushes the pawn. Rook takes. What? His piece down, but look at that b pawn. How can this be stopped? Rook c4, the decisive error there made by Nihal. He should have played h6 or h5. That was the move, but now he plays it. A move too late. b6. How do you stop the pawn with 7 seconds? Rook c1. Can you believe it, guys? This was all Arjun's preparation till move number 30. Rook takes c5. Rook takes c5. Bishop e4. Trying to stop the pawn. He's materially doing pretty well, Nihal, with 2 pieces for a rook, but one of his pieces is going to bite the dust here because the b pawn is too strong. b7, he gives up the bishop. Rook takes b7, and Arjun still with more time than what he began with. It's move number 38. Wow, I think rarely would we see a game between two very strong grandmasters where one of them finishes the game with more time than what he began with. Now Arjun is taking some time, but that's because he just wants to make sure he can technically convert this position properly. Rook d4 played. Now the pawn is hanging. Knight b2 and rook b4. If a3, then there is rook check and rook a8. So he goes knight d3, but now Arjun takes the pawn g5. Nihal hoping for a fortress there, but it is not possible. 3 pawns are a bit too much, and rook is clearly superior to the knight. Arjun making sure that he will convert this, and now you will see that Arjun takes his time to figure out where to put his pieces. King f2. Knight to f4 played. Rook d4. Knight goes back. Rook to c4. f5. g3 played. Now king f6. So Nihal hoping for some kind of a fortress here, but Arjun is very patient. He's not going king e3, which allows f4, king e5. First a check, pushing the king back, king f6, and now Arjun pins the knight, rook b6, king to e5, and after some thought he goes g4. Notice how Arjun has kept a queen in his hand. He thinks that he'll very soon make a queen. And now the white king comes up. After, sort of fixing the queen, king side pawns, the white king is ready to march up the board. F takes g4, h takes g4, king e5. A waiting move there. The knight cannot move because the h6 pawn is hanging. The king has to go back. That allows the white king to move even further. Black king goes back, and now Arjun's king is ready to enter. And I think that is game over. Nihal resigns. Brilliant prep by Arjun. Nihal and Arjun are good friends and they would generally talk after the game, but today Arjun has just outplayed his opponent completely, and even though Nihal won the tournament, this final game would not be a very pleasant memory for him. But what unbelievable amount of prep by Arjun.
It turned out that Arjun had this preparation.
Yeah, 32 moves of prep.
Right. And the question is, had he prepared it for Nihal or had he prepared for someone else? I mean, the first problem for Nihal is I think both of them, Arjun and Nihal, seem to have prepared the French together. That's my guess. I've not asked them, but that's my guess. Which means that against the one guy you want to play the French, you can't play because he knows your thing. I don't know. That could be a factor. This line has got that little danger that knight d4, bishop g6, bishop f4, rook c8, what he did. And
it seemed roundabout equal, like it was not.
I have the feeling, but I have to check my notes because there's always some detail that you don't remember. So 21 rook e7, knight c4, and then bishop c7, king f8. So the really amazing thing is on move 27, c4, rook e4, c5. And Nihal just seemed shocked even that was possible. So against c5, knight d3, Arjun gave the variation rook c4, knight b2, rook c3, knight d1, rook c1, is it rook d4, c6, b takes c6, b6, rook takes d6, b7, rook d8, f3, quiet move. Because the most important thing is take away e4. So the obvious question is, well, then if my bishop comes in a different route, bishop f5, and then it's rook c5, not rook c6, because then I go bishop e6, rook a6, bishop d5 controlling a8, but rook c5, so you don't have the same idea. And black, I mean, just to recap, black is two full pieces up. He has a pass pawn on a4 versus white's on b7, but he's totally helpless. He is not even getting to give up the rook, because if you give up the rook, he's still winning. He has two pieces and two pawns, but he's not able to even give up the rook against this pawn. And white doesn't even have an open file yet. He still has to capture on c6 or go to a5, but great prep. Anyway, he showed a lot of beautiful lines.
Yeah, amazing. And I think he prepared it for Shak, and it helped with Nihal.
He prepared for Shakriyar. Okay, that I think so.
Yeah, so I checked this line yesterday actually for Shak, but it didn't happen yesterday and it happened today. So
you have to tell us till where was your preparation, because we were just amazed at your clock, man, all the way. Yeah.
it's until the
Rook C1, we were so impressed with it. Apparently, it was all prep.
yeah until this point I
Oh my God.
And here,
Chat, now it makes sense, the clock situation.
I thought he found most of the only moves, and this is like the final test. If he finds this, so check and you clear back rank. b6, knight d3, b7, rook b1,
Yeah, we saw this.
b8, take, and he wins f2. I win the a4 pawn, but he has the next
Yeah,
pawn, so
3-2.
it should be there. But instead, he played this, and
Arjun, is h6 the only move in that
no,
position?
h5 also works.
Okay, you basically have to create a luft for the king.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then you give the rook for the b pawn, and knight takes the f2 pawn. So it would have been a game.
So same ending as what happened, but 3 versus 2.
The bishops would be in the game, but it doesn't change because the main thing is he would have 3 pawns and I would have 2 pawns.
Right.
Arjun, everyone's gone crazy after you said this was preparation. They're like, how did you guess so many moves? Was there some game until some point?
I don't know. I don't keep track of other people.
So you're just analyzing all the possibilities in a position.
And I think I should thank Kushagar for this.
Kushagar Krishnatar.
Yeah.
He was the one who worked on this a bit. Okay.
And yeah, rook c4 I did not check, but bishop c5 was the only logical move because.
Did you know that bishop c5 is a mistake?
You mean rook c4 is a mistake?
Sorry, rook c4 is a
Oh
mistake.
no, but rest, like if I play something like rook a6, I would lose because it just gets bishop e4. So bishop c5 is forced, and I have to push the pawn. And at first, I thought he wanted to go for this one, with bishop e4, b7 takes this. But this looked very shaky because I go like bishop f5.
I mean, okay, queen b2, rook c5.
Yeah. And now the knight is undefended, rook is in the and some queen g3 ideas. For example,
You need
knight e3.
Vishy to hold this, but even that might not be.
No, I think it was just,
No,
You
he
can't
just
go bishop
he made a
a3
lot
here?
of queen sacrifices.
In that position, bishop a3.
uh,
Also maybe.
oh yeah, that was, yeah, that's maybe even simpler actually. I was looking at the bishop f8 position, I think here, so without giving a check.
Arjun, you are left-handed, right?
Yeah, I'm
You
a
can
left-handed,
do it
but
with right also.
no, mouse I can only do with right.
Mouse you can only do with right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, here bishop a3 doesn't, I mean, it should still be winning, but doesn't win on the spot. But bishop f8 is very strong.
With queen e5 coming in as well. So knight
Yeah,
d3.
knight d3, queen g3, it's a little better.
Oh, nice. Super nice.